Hi everyone, and hi Dr. Swami. How are you doing?
All well, sir. It's great to be here.
Same here. Don't call me sir, sir. You're a PhD. You're much more ahead than we're going to be same age group, but you're much more ahead of the game than me. So before we get started, let me introduce Dr. Swami with us. Dr. Swami is a master's in robotics. Matlab, about so when did you finish your master's in robotics, by the way?
Around 2015.
2015. You were ahead of the game, thinking about all these things, and he finished his PhD in machine learning as well. So amazing. I mean, you always thought that this is going to be the new wave and I should be picking up these subjects, or they came on the way?
Robotics was which is what I thought, but machine learning, it came on the way around 2017 is where I thought, okay, let's go towards machine learning because it's the need of the hour. Yeah.
Excellent. So in this video, we're going to talk about these two subjects. Now, a lot of programs on the MBA side are also coming on analytics, and a lot of people after 12th are also picking up these careers because those vanilla computer science engineering is slowly going down, and people are picking up the specialization. We'll talk about that, and who better than a PhD or a machine learning. That's the reason I requested sir to come on the channel. Sir, let's begin. A student who is in 12th standard right now, should he start thinking about analytics as a career right now, or it's too early? What's your take on that?
Well, Rahul, as you have mentioned that all those traditional courses of CSC, EC, they're going as a, they're getting extinct, but a lot of universities giving you different options, career options with specialization courses. Now, to be ahead of the game, given to this pandemic situations, companies are working remotely and they're thinking a lot of this with data. Everything is playing with data. So analytics is the next boom, which is going to be there for the next 10 years of time, at least in the market. Where you try to get different type of customers with respect to the data what the company is having. Let us say if you're more of Apple fan, I can understand like what exactly is your interest. So that's how this is there in the good boom.
And I am an Apple fan, but I just broke my Apple Watch, sir, yesterday. It's just still broken. But yeah,
everything goes. They know that the screen is broken also because all the electronic signals gets diluted there. The voltage levels fluctuates. So obviously they know what is the current state of your watch as well.
Excellent. People say data is the new oil, and every person in this world is having around 5,000 different data points around them. 5,000. In fact, I was just reading it somewhere. There was a line written about Google. Google knows you better than your mom. You know, your mom doesn't know that what kind of searches you're doing after like 12 in the midnight or in the early in the morning, what kind of things you're doing, and when you're picking up a phone as well, and how you're using Google searches as well. So data is the new oil. Great, sir. Great. And what are the career options? I mean, in analytics and robotics, if a student is in 12th standard, he's aiming for a computer science. By the way, quick introduction, sir, a quick add up more. Sir has spent a lot of time in these two fields, and right now he's an associate professor at data science. He takes care of the MBA program a little bit, also the BTech program as in. Sir, what's the future of this analytics field when it comes to career prospect? What kind of jobs I can get?
Now, career prospects, if you see, like there are data analysts which directly comes to the job description, but are different roles as well, like risk assessment managers and all. So they are like kind of strategy developments. Now, the companies will throw you the data directly because everything is being tracked. So you get the data, you try to get the insights out, like where the company has to focus more. Now, just a quick example, you have so many online portals where you can book your taxis. So nowadays you're getting new terms like peak rate hours and all. So how is being defined? They know that what is at this time, this is the load going towards this direction. Now, if I'm in Hyderabad, the direction towards high-tech city is more because that's the IT hub and everybody wants to travel that side. So then they started like, why do we waste a full cab when only one customer is traveling? Why don't we add an option of pooling? So they are getting all this data, and that's where these data analyst people are reading those data. They are trying to analyze the data and come with some specific insights as a sales benefits or as an add-on for the company to focus more like let's launch these products. So you're reading those data and then giving that input to the company. That's where these profiles are fitting.
Yeah, so you'll be thrown with number of queries. Sir, you give an example like an Ola cab or an Uber, for that matter. Yeah. I remember I was in Bombay, and over a period of time, so at 5 p.m. in the evening, they just pop up a message like it's time to go home,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my goodness, that was like 3 years back. I was like so amazed. They're tracking my position as well, like my office is over right now. I never told Google that, and this is like data scientists who are working on the same as well. Sir,
just to add a clarification, like few people might be thinking all this data, the privacy is being gone. But to be a little specific, like until unless they don't sell your data out, there's no problem in that. But these all data is being used by the same company, and they're not misusing it out. So people have the phobia that I'm getting tracked. Now there is a lot of CCTVs in malls. You don't give a damn to it. You just walk into the mall, you do whatever you want to do, you purchase, you hang out, you come back. But there are a lot of CCTVs. You never know who's watching what there.
Right.
So it's all the consciousness there, but it's all safe as of now on today's date. Let's see what happens tomorrow. We never know that.
That's so true. So at Voxen University, where Sir is an associate professor right now, there's computer science engineering, there's data science and AI, and there's automation and robotics as well. So at an undergraduate level, I mean, is it wise for them to actually start picking up these specializations in the start, because the future is that? I mean, you did your MS, you did your PhD, hence I'm asking this question. Is the right space to pick it up right now, or do you
Yeah.
think it's going to be a general degree, is going to be always helpful? What's your
As I said that everything is getting extend like EC, EC, Triple E. And even the new education policy has opened a lot of doors to everyone. Like you can drop out in middle and you can continue the course later. That let us say few people wants to do a entrepreneurship, they get an idea, they drop out, they come back. So same way, keeping everything on these specific grounds and what Voxen has in particular with respect to the laboratories, what we have, that's all first in class. If you go through the videos of what all Voxen labs have in the YouTube, so we have the best in class, and that's where the stakeholders who we have the industry connects with. So they're advised like, why don't we go with this robotics and automation? Now, this pandemic has thrown everyone to do remote work. How it's going to happen? This you have robot process automation systems, RPAs, you have AI, you have everything there. So these courses are specifically aligned in these directions that they enable every graduate to work in any directions. Now, if I say BTech computer science or BTech data science in AI and automation robotics, they're somewhere interlinked with each other. There are hardly 20 to 30% of similarities in the syllabus part, but you'll be learning that course subjects as well. Now, robot, you'll be trying to develop a robot. We have 2 to 3 robots in our humanoid and the robotic arms as well. So you will know how to use them, how to program them, because industries now, you are getting made in India being promoted a lot. Now even defense is increasing a lot. Even drone-based deliveries are increasing a lot. People are, even government are relaxing policies with respect to specified zones. In Hyderabad itself, Telangana government has given clearance to use drones to deliver medicines and all, the vaccines and all.
right?
So now all these things you need to be in the emerging sector zone. Companies are requiring people with specialization in these courses, and that's where you get a higher probability of getting placed more faster than doing a regular BTech degree.
That's so amazing. So people who are listening to us, boys and girls, data is the new oil. In fact, the highest packages right now are offered by companies to the data scientists. I know one of my friends, he heads Apple Maps in Hyderabad. They've got a big, massive team, and they're just transforming Apple Maps because they're competing with the Google Maps. I'm not sure they'll be able to compete in that front or not, but there are data scientists who are working on the same as well. Your each track, your mouse is also being tracked. Your mouse goes towards right side. It's called the hot area. So if you see all the promotions are happening on the right side, the left area is not that savvy, but at the same time, if you're an Apple user, your Mac, everything is on the left side. So people know, and if your Apple Watch is broken as well, who is doing this? Data science. So pick this field up if you're really, really keen, and Voxen does a great job as well. In fact, all the MBA programs, I am Bangalore, sir, have got a great 1-year program as well on the same as well. So people who are listening to us, pick up this field for sure. If trust me, if I have to go back and rewind things up in my life, I would say I wish I could have done more on data science. Maybe I'll do my PhD in that field. Let's see how things fall in place. Sir, any parting thoughts to all our listening? They're all young guys like 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. What's your, any parting thoughts to all these people?
Partying first, you can play with AI as of now, because you go to different parties as well. You never know which friend you're going to pop up, but the next you get a friend request. You might forget to get their numbers noted down. You might hang out with them tomorrow. You want to hang out, but you get it. You get the numbers. You get the friend request on Facebook. You get the friend request LinkedIn as a suggested friends. So everything is being tracked, as I said earlier. So one way to say they're not taking our jobs, but they're making our lives more easier. So to use them, you need to be little skilled. That's it.
Right, right. So amazing. It's so cool, isn't it? You go to a party, you meet someone, and then you forget to ask the number, and tomorrow morning it's a pop-up. Hey, you met Radhika yesterday. That's so cool, isn't it? So amazing. Thank you so much for your time, Swami sir. This was really enlightening. People who are listening to us, if you guys have liked the videos, and do it on the like button. If you guys want me to request Swami sir to come again, and if you have any questions, drop in the comments. I'll be more than happy to answer to all your questions as well. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Have a great day ahead, sir. Bye-bye. Take care.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hope we'll meet again.
Surely, sir. Surely. Thank you, sir. Have a nice day ahead. Bye-bye. Take care.